Everybody's trying to do the solo dungeon tier 5 so you guys can get the epic runes because the solo dungeon gives a lot of epic runes. And the Nebula accessory is one of the best gear currently in the game. Now, I know a lot of you guys are struggling as an SNSGS player, but in this video, I'm going to show you guys what I do when I do these tier 5 solo dungeons because I know it takes a lot of time, a lot of stuff to dodge, a lot of stuff to keep an eye on. But in this video, I'm going to show you guys what you guys can focus on so you guys can get through it as an SNSGS player. At the end of the video, I'll be showing you guys my skills and masteries too, but a full build video is coming out soon for my SNSGS, probably this week. So tune in for that. Now for the first boss, you want to have a little bit of survivability. You can put more survivability skills if you need to. I only use Immortal Pride and Da Vinci. It's enough heals to keep me up and a few potions. And I use the HP orb for this one. Mechanic is a pretty straightforward during this boss fight. You just have to dodge the correct dodges, make sure you don't stand in the blue stuff, and when he shoots at a pillar, you want to make sure that you're blocking the blue orb. That way you can do the mechanic properly. Now, as a tank, this boss is fairly easy. You guys will see that I make a lot of mistakes because I'm focusing on actually DPSing, because if I don't, it's going to be a long fight. But if you need to recover, it's pretty easy as a tank. Now, being a tank, you don't have to actually block all of the 3 pillars. You can also block 2 and survive. If you just pop your Immortal Pride and make sure you have shield and HP, it won't be able to kill you. I think you can even tank 2 of them, or even 1 of them as a tank. Now, whenever I need HP, you guys see we drop below certain HP. You guys can actually dodge his mechanic. So basically, when he does the dodge roll mechanic with the square, right after he's going to do cone attack on the floor. Now, if you can see it coming easily every time he does a dodge mechanic or the block mechanic, he will follow up with this. It will deal some damage to you. So if you need HP, you need to get your HP back. Make sure you dodge that, and it should be fairly easy thereon. Rest of the mechanics are pretty much rinse and repeat. You just do the same exact thing throughout the whole fight. If you need HP, make sure you just dodge all these abilities. But aside from that, you will just be able to have enough sustain to survive the fight. For the tree boss, I do the stamina orb instead of the HP orb, so you have enough stamina because you need stamina for this boss. I also replace a lot of my sustain skills with more damage skills. So because in this boss you don't take too much damage and you just need very little HP. Like I use my artifact bonus and I use my Da Vinci. That's enough sustain I need to actually survive this fight. Now this boss is a very tedious fight. You have to block a lot, and that's why I would probably tell you guys to go as much DPS as possible because you don't need too much sustain during this fight. In this fight, you only have to make sure that the debuff counter down below hits 7. When you do perfect blocks 7 times, the boss will go to the side, you can DPS it more. Now, if you fail a block and you don't get 7 stacks, the boss will one-shot you. So you have to make sure that you're blocking properly. I think if you fail 3 blocks every single time, every single phase, you will get one shot. So make sure you guys are doing those blocks properly. Now, when the boss goes to the middle, you don't have to actually do perfect blocks. It's just like a big damage inside the middle. You can block it, but the stacks will go up from 7 to 9 and then reset back to 0 anyways. So it's not too much importance there, but you will take a lot of damage. Now, you can learn the boss's patterns, but be wary that he does swap around his patterns sometimes. He will do different patterns with the slow blocks or fast blocks. There's 2 really hard blocks that he does is right after his triple phase in the middle, he will do a slow dodge block, and then he will do a fast standing still block, and that's usually what gets most of the people. But even if you fail those 2, if you do everything else perfectly, you will get it done. Now, sometimes you guys can actually block, however, you won't get a stack because you didn't like perfectly block it by rolling properly, or you were far away from it, you tried to roll and it didn't work. So you have to make sure that the stacks are also working, even if you're blocking. Rest of the fight is a rinse and repeat. Just make sure you guys are doing your blocks perfectly and that you're locked in for this. One little time of not focusing can lead to disaster because he will one-shot you. So good luck and enjoy the rest of the fight.